Oh, I'm not late. Daggone, Kirk, give me a break. Goodness. Jeez. How's everybody doing this evening? Man, oh man. Oh my goodness. Alright, so there are 5 of you guys on live stream already. That is dope. Sit down, get myself all situated. Oh man. Nada que pasa. How you doing, man? Kirk, hello. Tom, hello. We got Swig and Smoke and Rob. How you guys doing this evening? So, salud, cheers. Chuck is here from the Winking Pig Barbecue. That's what's up. Don't be trying to rush me, Kirk. Talking about I'm late. I'm not late. I'm on time. Mr. Jimenez, how you doing? Oh, goodness. I took a little bit of a nap, so I'm like, ugh. Yeah, Tom, all that snow we got, you guys are getting down. Lupe Ramos. That's a name I don't think I've read before. How you doing? Are you new here? Big Reggie Reg, what's going on? He said 9:02. We were watching the clock clicking. Nah, man. It was 9:00. You gotta set the timer. You're 2 minutes fast. Alfredo Flores, how you doing? Preston, hey yo. Sheldon, how are you doing? Órale, son. Eric, ¿qué te pasa contigo? Alright? He says, órale, vato. Holmes. Yo, you guys are the best. You guys really make me welcome and forget about, I'm tired or anything else. Yo, this is awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. Shoot, Sheldon, I already know. It's cold here too. It is currently... Oh, well, it is just above freezing here. See, Rich, how you doing? Yes. Pork nut. Alright, let's get it. Pop's Barbecue Pit. Hello. Yes, Kirk, I am ecstatic about my beard coming back. Hey, East Coast Tony, how you doing, sir? Oh boy. Hold on, let me... Every week, it's like, Alright, I don't know. Maybe it's just a mental thing. I don't think it looks better until I do that. Anyway, I saw Tony, what's up? Preston, I figured you were talking about a pork butt on the, okay, that makes more sense. Pork butt on the Weber 22. I'm sorry. I was watching something on my phone as I was kind of preparing, kind of waiting. My kids didn't have school today. My wife stayed home with the kids. So she made dinner, so I didn't have to make dinner tonight. So I had like a lot of free time. I actually took like about a half an hour, 45-minute nap prior to the live stream. So if I'm yawning, it was because I was already tired, not because of the beer. All right. Tyler, how you doing, man? Tyler, you get your stuff? Excuse me. 32. Sheldon, where are you? I don't remember. You said 32 feels like 1. Nah, man. Oh my goodness. All right, so now that we've said hello to everyone, someone asked me the other day, Brooklyn, where's Brooklyn at? I mean, no problem, Tyler. Jack, you mean to tell me they still there at your house? Hi, Betty. Bessie, Lupe. Bessie. Let's see if I can get the focus. Kirk, where I am, I got about 4.5, almost 5 inches of snow. So, I mean, nothing to sneeze at, but it was that thick, heavy snow, so it'll melt pretty quickly, hopefully, and be gone. Oh, excuse me. Rampire Barbecue. How you doing, man? Philly in the house. Gosh, my hands are dry. My head getting skinny. I don't know about that, man. I think it's the lack of the beard and the fact that I just shaved my head. Again, my wife and kids were home all day. I was kind of chilly after I ate dinner. I said, you know what, I'm going to go get in the shower. I shaved my head. That's just one less thing I have to do in the morning. I mean, not that you really care, but nah, that's about it. I've kind of like plateaued. So I've been sitting at the same weight for a few weeks now. I haven't also I haven't also done much to try and get it lower. Keep it there. 4.5 inches, man, that's nothing. It should, tomorrow's supposed to be like almost 60 here. So it hopefully be good. Though I did see already that my kids have a 2-hour delay tomorrow. So I'm not looking forward to that, but tomorrow's my day to drop them off. Anyway, so it's been 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes since we started up, and I had someone ask me the other day about working with family and friends, and I kind of wanted to open it up to you guys. There are 25 of you guys here in the room, and I figured we could talk about it and have a conversation. So, you know what? Eric from Barrage Barbecue, I talked to someone but I got a call from our Kansas City office, and I was like, oh, I didn't think I was going to hear from them because of the fact that I heard you guys got snow there too. Oak Grove, Missouri. Was that the one where the trucks were like on the side of the road and there was a truck, like someone in the truck, like Tanika was in the truck, and she's like, get out the truck, and the person in the truck is like, no, we need to stay in the truck. Apparently, someone lost their life there, that because they were in a car that was like far enough ahead, and all the other cars that kept hitting that one car were smashing this blue SUV, and this gentleman lost his wife. Let's see. Benji, how you doing? So Sheldon says the only person I work with his family is his wife. That could be a smart move, though I don't know. It depends. Ooh, never. All right, so let's see. My kids have 7. Yo, Tony, let's see. My kids have had, I think today might mark their 6th snow day. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. They're already talking about extending their summer vacation by a couple days. All right, so Sheldon says no friends, no family, and again, the whole thing is I wanted to talk about working with friends or family. We have the dog father in the house. We have Al, the dog father. Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I took a shower a little while ago and shaved my head nice and fresh. I don't have to do it in the morning. But I did not. I should have, shaped up my face too, but nah. All right, so Jack says, never work with family. Ask him how he knows. All right. Tom says if he's cooking, he doesn't want anybody in his way. Yeah. So Chuck says in September I had a 300 head catering event. He hired his friends. One of them worked for him better. And all boils down to how you treat people. Well, it's not always how you treat people, because I can be the nicest person. I can be the nicest to someone who's lazy. And if they're lazy, that's just not going to help. That's not going to be conducive to how you need to run your business. To me, I believe it boils down to knowing your audience more or less. I tried to post a picture of when I have a cousin who lives down here, and this was 3 years ago. She helped me out at a open house at a card at a performance shop. She helped me out as far as selling food on site, and that was the picture I was trying to get up. When I was creating the event, it makes you take a picture, and then I tried to upload another picture, and it just didn't work, or it's not working. But she has helped me on 2, if not 3 different occasions, and it's never been a problem. Her work ethic is such that it is at the same level as mine. I also told you guys that I had a friend of mine help me out when I had that big catering event. It was like 300 plus people, and I hired him, and then some of like one of my other friends, his girlfriend, another friend of the family, and then his girlfriend's friend, and that worked out fine. To the point where if I ever have another big event, they are the 4 people. Yeah, 4 people I'm going to call to help me out first. But not everybody always is able to find someone like that. So Mr. Jimenez says, love working with family, love learning and teaching. Wife does the inside stuff, and he takes the grill. That's what's up. Lou, how you doing, man? Mr. Kalamatis in the crib. Benji says he's a one-man operation. He doesn't like people in this way. I totally agree. But I tell you what, having a second set of hands allows you to double your labor and half your time. If you, like, that was one of the things when I had my friend helping me out in the beginning. He was standing around and I was still doing stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm paying you. I need to go ahead and let you do some things that'll help me out. And it did definitely help me out in the end. Well, Lou, all right. Smoking Bears, man, how you doing? Shoot. Yep, I understand. Al says he tells the family to stay out of the kitchen. He moves at a whole different pace than everyone else when he's in the kitchen. I completely agree and understand. My oldest taste tester, he like moves at a pace that's like slow or slower sometimes. And when like I'm trying to get something done, or if I need it costs me time, and when it costs me time, it costs me money. So I completely understand that. Eric says to try to work with friends and family, but they always eat as profits. I totally agree there. My family, same way. Teacher always has some teachers that have their kids in school. Sometimes it can be a conflict. Lou. So my parents both were teachers. And I'm glad that I never was in a position to be in the schools that they were in. My mom taught in a prison, to be honest with you guys, and my dad taught emotional support, or basically it was like special ed, and then they changed the name to emotional support towards the end of his career. And I'm glad I never was at either one of their schools, but I do know folks who, excuse me, have taught their kids. There was an instance where one of the parents at the school that my sons used to go to, their son was in the same grade as my middle son, my taste tester number 2. And the time when he had his mom, it was like, nah, she didn't play that. There was no calling me mom or anything like that. She was Miss Jackson, and he was who he was, and that's how they kept it. I mean, even though everyone knew that, hey, that's Aiden's mom, but she didn't let it get in the way. So Sheldon says, my wife and I cater and do the meat, and my wife just shows the sides. Everybody vanishes when it's time to work. Shows up and it's time to eat. I know that one. Tony says he works better alone. I'm telling you guys, I work better alone as well, to a certain extent. I know that I get to the point where I can get over my head, and at that point, I know that I need to call in reinforcements and get some help. So Let's see, Eric says he worked with his brother for about 5 years, and they used to fight and argue every single day, I guess, over stupid stuff. And now he regrets that since he's not with us anymore. Wish he can go back in time. Eric, man, sorry to hear that. But you know, sometimes those arguments, those that little bit of bickering, is just because stubborn and things like that. But hindsight is always 2020. Chuck says he pays well and he treats these people well. I think when people think they're going to be properly compensated, they're more willing to treat your work seriously. It's not about pay, man. I don't. It boils down to me again, and this is my own experience. I feel like I paid pretty well as well. I mean, I think I paid the last guys I had working with me like $15 an hour, and I mean that's well above minimum wage, and it wasn't like it didn't hurt me because I had a budget that I was allotted to take care of staff, and I still made a slight profit, even though I paid 4 people and billed for 4 people and didn't bill for my own time. It really, to me, it boils down to the work ethic of the people who you have working for you. Tyler says there are some people that want to help. Those are the people that you want. You're absolutely right. There's people who kind of just stand around and Tom says chopping onions is fine. Anything else, get out. So there are people who will stand around and wait for direction, and there's people who will take the initiative to get things done that you don't have to tell them. Fortunately, the folks that I had working with me that one time in the real time, they were, once I kind of said, hey, keep an eye out on this or check for this or look into that, they were fine and they were able to get stuff done without me having to hover or anything like that. So Smoking Bear says, depending on the job, his go-to helpers are his girls. They know what he expects and the standard of product that he has. And I completely agree, man. Again, of my 3 kids, my middle son has gone on jobs with me. And dude, I think I talked about it where I went to a car event and it was a fundraiser event. This guy, I can't remember if he lost his job or if he lost his life. Unfortunately, I don't remember. But they were holding a fundraiser and I went and sold hot dogs. Just straight hot dogs. And he sold probably a good, I'm trying to say, he probably sold a good $150, $200 worth of hot dogs. Because he was out, and you can't teach hustle, right? It's one of the things I always say. Either kind of you're born with it or you're not. But he was walking around in the crowd and telling people to come over to where I was, and people would say, oh, I don't have any cash. And he's like, no, my dad accepts a credit card. Go ahead over there and talk to him. And then he was like, because the whole thing was I had like a hot dog, a bag of chips, and a soda was $5, right? I think it was $3 for a hot dog. And the whole thing was he would, somebody gave me a $5. He was like, oh, just go ahead and get a bag of chips and a drink, and then you're not worried about getting it changed. So it was upselling folks and other things like that. That's just something to me you can't teach, and I didn't have to teach him. Turnaround Barbecue, how you doing, sir? Anything happens with the food truck? No, not yet, Paracho, man. It was really a fact-finding mission. So in the video, when I talked about it and I said, this is one of those times when I understand why people sometimes say, hey, I didn't want to talk to you guys about this. I am of the mindset that I'm going to end up having to buy a trailer from someone. But yeah, I'm going to figure that part out. Sheldon says he loves to be by the smoker by himself, just him and the smoker. I definitely get that. Lou says, as far as the food goes, me and the wife work well in the kitchen together. That being said, when it comes to barbecue, I know how I like things done, and I feel someone else, whomever it is, family or not, let's see, like to do things that I feel someone else, whoever it is family or not. Sometimes, it's just, I agree. You like things a certain way, or you want things a certain way, and you've built reputation on A, B, and C, you know, you're definitely gonna have to make sure they understand that. Benji says, "Don't eat chicken, party wings, hot legs, easy day. How shit, man? It's my world is my world, man. It's good." Sean, how you doing? I'm still trying to catch up. I'm like 3 minutes behind in the comments. D Young, how you doing? My last son, which is 8, is the only child that wants to learn a trade. Sheldon, whew, man. My middle son is 11, and there are things that he has gleaned without me even having to say anything. That is key. I think he'll definitely be a great helper. All not completely understand and remember those times. He said he's at the job right now pulling an all-nighter, wishing he was at the pit smoking something. Sure enough. HT says I should do a pig roast like they do in Hawaii. I would love to. Pigs are expensive, and I don't have anyone to eat a whole pig. Plus, they are very time-consuming. Lou says can't teach hustle. He agrees. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. All right, Michael Jordan, absolutely right. Lou, there's nothing wrong with that, man. It's the coaching you, but it's true. Tony says he doesn't mind teaching a job or skill, but it seems you get 1 out of 10 that really care. Yep. Benji, Dogfather Facebook page dash. Yeah, Dogfather has a Facebook page. I think it's the Dogfather Barbecue. I'm pretty sure. Build a mini house and barbecue out of it and live out of it. Okay. The way Baltimore City is set up, that's not going to work. Hey, all right. Let me just put you on timeout, HT. I don't quite know who you think you are, but yeah. All right, so D Young says he let his 9-year-old daughter take care of the lemonade, and she keeps what she makes. Teach him early. You're absolutely right. Alan, hey man. Alan, it depends on where you live. Some places, most places, it probably would be. Youngsters don't want to work nowadays. Yep. So Kirk, it is definitely a difference in work ethic. Yes. Hey, fly Eagles fly. Torgy, man, that steak you cook. Wait. Happy belated birthday, Torgy. But that steak that you cook, yo, that looks so good. Benji, I do have a Facebook business page. It is Steel Drum Smokers. It is definitely Steel Drum Smokers. Eric, what are you doing on the video? You're supposed to be in a live stream. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Chauncey, how you doing, man? Well, first time watching. Well, I guess you picked a good one. So we're trying to talk about and folks are talking about experiences with working with friends or family. I had someone ask me the other day, my thoughts on working with friends and family, and my thoughts basically are, you know, your friends and or your family that are going to be helping you out. Sometimes you kind of have to throw folks in the deep end, if you know what I mean, and you'll see if they sink or if they swim. If they sink, then obviously, hey, no need to invite them back for the second time or a third time. But if they swim, hey, man, hey, look, we do this every weekend, or we do this, you know, however. Benji, I think I saw you like the page, so thank you. But you kind of have to know who is willing to help you, who is able to help you, who's down to help you out. All right, so Eric. Sean, no, never thought about changing the business name to something with Bessie in it, only because I started with steel drums. And you see the steel drum there. The steel drum smoker that's the legacy, at least for now. I don't know though when or if I get a trailer, maybe I can parlay the business name into something else that is just something simple like smoked meats or something. I don't know. I'm a pretty big proponent of keeping it simple. So let's see. All subject, but do you have your barbecue shipped? To have your barbecue shipped, do you include the price of shipping total, or is it just separate? Also, is it shipped dry ice? So it is definitely shipped in dry ice. And I can't really give you a shipping estimate because I don't know how much food you're going to get. So if you tell me you want 10 pounds of something plus, you know, ribs or wings, and the whole thing is the shipping is going to be dependent upon how much weight you or how much the package weighs. So unfortunately, I can kind of give you a ballpark. The most expensive thing I've shipped so far was about 40 bucks. The least expensive thing I've shipped was about 25. So kind of ballpark, like just a guesstimate. Usually you stay between about 5 and 10 pounds. It's going to cost you about $30. And it also depends on how far away you are. You get further to the East Coast and the prices go up. Not exponentially, but they go up rather quickly. If you're still on the East Coast or like in Central, um, it is not that bad. But like I said, as soon as you get to trying to get to California in 2 days with a like an overnight or a 2 day priority type thing, it gets expensive. George says the 16-year-old daughter has taken culinary arts in school and she does very well. Haven't taken her out in the backyard yet. Well, George, man, you know, she might surprise you. Definitely. She might surprise you. So Richard says he's been thinking about smoking a duck. Any suggestions on what wood might be best for the cook? Poultry is sensitive. Let's put it that way. I would just look up what you have in your area versus like I don't think I will suggest anything really strong like a mesquite or a hickory. Um, I'm a big fan of oak and fruit woods. I just like I feel sometimes that mesquite or hickory is just a little bit much, a little overpowering, especially for poultry. One of the other things too for poultry, Richard, you're definitely going to have to cook hotter and faster than you think because duck skin, in order to get it done properly, you have to cook it at a higher temperature. I've actually smoked duck in the past, and I didn't particularly care for it because I felt like I ended up having to grill it just because of the duck skin being so extra fatty. Like if you cook it at a lower temperature, the skin just like is extra rubbery because of the fact that there's a whole lot of fat in it and under it. And as soon as you start cooking it, that fat renders out and it slows things down. Can you guys hear my cat in the background? Let's see if I can get her on camera. She's playing with one of the little bullets from one of the boys' like guns there. D Young says, what are my thoughts on anthracite coal? I've never used it. I've seen people use it as far as forging metal, but I've never cooked with it. I'm speaking, I stay out of the kitchen. Hit the beer. Tom, understand. Yep, Lou, understand. I agree. Steel drum smokers is definitely my trademark. Kurt, I agree. Where you been? So, O Cross says, hey family, I've been smoking hot and fast lately, no problems yet, especially great for a bite chicken and turkey skins. Sorry for being off topic, not a problem, but I completely agree. Hot and fast for poultry is definitely the way to go. I think I'm going to get a gravity fed smoker from Myra Mixing because the wood is very expensive to get delivered in New York. Understand, Sheldon. You have to kind of cook to what you have available to you. Benji says apple or cherry for poultry. Agreed. Like I said, fruit woods. Pull a duck semi-rare and let it rest, finish to cook or get chewy as hell. Yep. You guys are all... I wasn't going to tell him, Tony, but Tony did place an order for 5 pounds of brisket. His order will be going out early next week. One of the things, and I told, and this is one of the things I told Tony in regards to shipping, is I'd rather cook something over the weekend so I can make sure that I cook it lower, not lower, slower, but make sure I can take the time and actually do it. But then ship it out on a Monday morning so that the likelihood of it sitting on a dock. Now, granted, one of the good things is it is the winter, so I don't have to, I won't say worry as much. But the last thing I would want to do is if it gets shipped on a Friday, and let's say it goes 2-day priority, one day would be Saturday, the next day would be Monday. It might get delivered on Tuesday. I would hate for that to happen and it to be sitting on a loading dock or in some sort of warehouse over the weekend. So I just want to make sure I ship it out on a Monday. Therefore, the likelihood of that happening will be greatly reduced. Had a little hiccup with some stuff, but it's all good. I'm gonna start making videos again here shortly. All right, well, Torgy, glad to see you, man. Yeah, done 158 on order. If not, what's the max number you can handle with all my smokers? So Swig and Smoke, I have done. So if you guys have seen when I did that video where I expanded the cooking capacity in Bessie, that was like a 300. It was a 300 person order, plus or minus, and I ended up having to cook like 2 shifts, let's say, where I did all of the briskets and the pork shoulder, and then I did all of the chicken in the smoker pretty much. So, I mean, with all of the smokers I have now, with Bernadette as well as Bessie, I probably could cook for 500, though it would be a little problematic. I probably would have to cook in 2 shifts on each smoker. Tony says oak and cherry are his favorite. What's up, everybody? Pecan for poultry, Brian says. HT, you've been warned. Can't get it out. We will see. We will definitely see. No problem, Richard. No problem. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is, and this is one of the things that once you get into the mindset, or not the habit, but the mindset that it's okay to cook ahead of time and warm things up. To me, I feel like people want to say, oh, my event is at noon. I want stuff to be coming off the smoker at 11 o'clock. How? If something unforeseen happens and you have a hiccup, the more time you build in for that, to me, that's going to be the better, like the more relaxed cook. Let's put it that way. The last thing I want to be doing is stressing out, trying to figure out how I'm going to get something done. But anybody else have any more experience as far as cooking with family or with friends? Turnaround Barbecue says, how do you price your food? I've been selling for double the cost of what it takes to cook, but also just stick to ribs because it's easy to predict. So first and foremost, I have there's a rule of thumb when dealing with food service. You take 1 time for the cost of food, 1 time for profit, and 1 time to pay yourself. So basically you should be charging 3 times as much as it costs for whatever the food is. D Young, I'm not exactly sure. I do have a friend that works at a credit union, and she's pretty much told me that whenever I'm ready, whenever I need to, I can come to her and get some sort of financing. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not shotgunning this. I know better. But again, my whole thing was, it was, like I said, me going to look at that truck was more fact-finding, because I need to know. It's something when you don't know what you don't know, and because I can't go into something just straight blindly, I needed to get some sort of information about what it was I was looking for. So hopefully that, yeah. 4J, we're talking about working with family and friends, or friends. So I talked about a couple experiences I've had with working with my family. I have a cousin that has helped me out a few times, and she and I work great together. Also, I've worked with my son, my middle son. I was talking about how he helped me out when I went to a car event, and he was hustling the hell out of hot dogs, chips, and he was walking around with chips and drinks, just selling them off to folks, and they didn't even get, you know, without them even getting. I was selling hot dogs. I used. Let me just tell you, I used. Um, Yep, Swig and Smoke, you're absolutely right. I do have a video talking about that whole, how much I charge for food. But it's in the frequently asked questions videos playlist. But so when I took my son out, he was very helpful in selling the chips and selling the sodas to folks, and he definitely helped me out, and I paid him for his time. I think I paid him about $20, and he was out there for like 2 hours, 3 hours with me. And what it was is you guys have seen this little tabletop grill. If you look in excuse me, if you look in the video where I was just the one from yesterday, and I was talking about how I was using Vicky to cook the briskets and things like that. If you look on top of Bernadette, that little circular grill, that's a tabletop grill. And man, I made some money off of that thing, like for real. Cooking, going to events, having a tabletop grill in the trunk of the car, getting some charcoal at like a supermarket right where I was, because I forgot charcoal at home. I mean, it's you name it. I've had the issue, and I put some foil on my table, set up, cooked, and I think I cooked like 48 hot dogs. 16 packs, 8 packs hot dogs, and 50 hot dogs at $2.50 or $3 a piece. I think I charged a little bit more because it was a fundraising event, and I made a donation to the event. But $5 for hot dog, chips, and soda, and I know I made a couple $100 that night. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Swig and Smoke. So what happened with the food truck search for you? Want to sell you Priscilla? Baracho, I'm not against it. The whole point of me getting that smoker was to do a quick flip, and I just lost interest. I still have some things that I want to do with that smoker, but at this point, I definitely know I want to finish building out the firebox or fixing the charcoal basket in it. But when pay me to deliver it, I'll bring it out there to you. What little smoker cook? Yeah, man. Swig and Smoke says he worked for his cousin at ACL, which is a concert festival. And she pushed him so he can learn, but it's intense. It can be. When you're not running the show and you are under someone else, or someone else is giving you direction, sometimes you kind of have to respect that. You know what I mean? But if you are in charge, you kind of get to dictate a little bit more. To me, I know, like, if I'm going somewhere and I'm helping someone out, for instance, I went and helped ACL and South by Southwest is no joke. What is ACL? Austin, what? Oh, Austin City Limits. All right, that's what ACL. All right, see, I'm hip. Yeah, I figured it out, dog father. I've been to Austin, man. I wish, trust me, I wish I knew you a couple times. I had been in Austin. Man, all I got to say is me and 6th Street, I had a good time on 6th Street. I know it's more of a tourist type thing, but it's bad when you can walk into a bar and they're like, you want the usual? Yes, I do. Anyway, South by Southwest is like a big music and tech conference that happens in Austin. It is like, whew, golly, 100 grand, man. Look, I think my limit, oh man, shoot, these are too many kids. Just the kids. Um, Brian says the Austin natives kind of despise South by Southwest. Why? Because the outsiders come in. Hold on, time out. Hold on. I need to read this because this is. I started reading this and so Sheldon says, "Bro, I watched your video on the steak competition." He said, "I was sad after for you guys, so I went and took a nap. The steak looked really good, dude. That steak was phenomenal. But the problem was, it didn't taste like all of the other steaks that were in the competition." And if you know anything about competition, it's about a specific, sweet profile or a heat profile. And we made something that was savory and they did not like it, I guess. Well, obviously, as told by the fact that we came DAL, so dead as last, they didn't like it. Yeah, Kirk, definitely. So Richard Rogers says, what's the best way for him to get his name out there and start making some money? So one, I am a big proponent of not giving out things for free. You kind of have to, and I've talked about this. To me, one of the things that I did in the beginning when I was trying to get my name out there was Instagram. And what I did was I would search a specific hashtag, a geographical hashtag. So I was trying to get the attention of people who live local to me, and I would just like their pictures. I used to sit for hours and hours and hours, while I was at work. I was on the phone. I worked on the help desk, and as I'm talking to people, I'm just scrolling through Instagram, and I was double tapping, liking pictures, and the key is to have your profile be public and to have something telling people what you are about and who you are. So when they come back to your page, they can see, oh, hey, this guy does catering. Oh, hey, this guy does this. This guy does barbecue. Hey, give them a number to call you, tell them how to access you, tell them what you have, and go from there. Yes, Kirk, kind of like Ocean City bars, man. Everything is tourists, people who don't actually live there. First festival, 4th of July. Woo. So unfortunately, the young 2,000 people are not coming to your tent, or they're not coming to your truck. They're not coming to your trailer. You figure you might get 10 to 15%. So you figure 20,000. That's still 2,000 people, at least. Best thing I can tell you to do is maybe prepare for 500 people and see what happens. The worst thing you can do is expend too much and then not get a return on your investment, to me. But you kind of have to feel it out, definitely. Oh man, that's what's up. Emma Clayman. Well, he was here in the live stream last week. Is he here in the live stream this week? I'm not sure. Sheldon, no problem, Richard. Yeah. He was. I knew I remember seeing him last week. Oh man. Oh man, I love San Antonio. There's a spot in San Antonio that I really like going to. One, I was a little disappointed by the Alamo. I was also disappointed by going to the White House. If you've ever been to the Alamo or the White House, they're both smaller than they appear on television. But there's a spot in San Antonio called Barbecue Station. I've had some of the best beef ribs I've ever purchased, aside from cooking them myself there at Barbecue Station. And I couldn't tell you exactly where it was. Um, but I can tell you how to get there from the site that I was working at in San Antonio. Um, and I'd been there, like I went once, and then I hadn't been in Austin in like 2 or 3 years. And the second time I went, I had to go down to San Antonio for like 2 or 3 days in a row. And when I say I ate at Barbecue Station 2 or 3 days in a row, it was phenomenal. The best thing is when you walk into a barbecue spot and you come out smelling like smoke. To me, that is awesome. Huh. Dogfather says, let me know. Well, Kirk, we can talk. I'm going to do an event next week for pitmasters all over the state. That's what's up. What are you cooking exactly? Or are you just kind of like a YouTube get-together type thing? Eric, I was disappointed because it was so small. You hear all these stories and different things like that about the Alamo, especially about the White House. And the White House is big as a minute. Hey, Armando, how you doing? 2M Smokehouse. Well, I don't know how long that place has been there. I have not been to Austin in probably going on 7 or 8 years. I'm pretty sure my daughter wasn't born the last time I was in Austin, so it's been a while. No prying, no, no prying, Brian. No problem, Brian. It is one of those things where first Old Bay can be an acquired taste. Um, I grew up eating Old Bay because we had crabs in Philly. I don't know why people don't think we get crabs in Philly. But cooking with it on different things is one of those things where you kind of have to figure out the right portion as far as seasoning, because it can be too much too fast really quickly. Am I coming to Texas? No. Nah, I wish, man. I wish I could get down there. All right, so D Young says, is there a difference between choice brisket and prime brisket? Yes, there is. The prime brisket is graded better, which means it supposedly has more marbling and more fat or better amount of fat. I don't know the difference in the grading, but the whole thing is the prime brisket is supposed to be better than the choice. I don't think I talked about it in the video that I did, but I didn't see a very big discernible difference between the two cuts of brisket that I got. Yep, once for time, twice for the product, and 3 times to pay yourself. Well, I mean, profit, product, and to pay yourself. That's how I've always just looked at it. Kirk, oh boy, I was waiting for him to jump in this conversation about putting Old Bay on stuff. They on the Eastern Shore put Old Bay on everything. Tyler says 30 people in the chat and only 10 likes. Yeah, what's up with that? Preston says I prefer choice over prime. I agree. I just don't see the value add, though it's going to cost me a few extra cents. Now, where I will spend the money, and I've talked about this before, is I will buy boneless pork shoulder as opposed to a bone-in pork shoulder, or like I will buy butts as opposed to picnics, because that bone, there's no value add for me. I'd rather spend the extra 10 cents a pound and get a higher yield. Yep, Brian, like I said, it can get out of hand really quickly. Yep, Torgy, totally agree. Kirk says go light and leave out the salt, pepper, and garlic. Prime ribeye. Have I had a prime ribeye? I don't think I have. let's see, Armando. I can see your comment here, but I can't see it. What happened? Preston, why can't I? Not Preston, Armando. She said I bought 6 USDA prime briskets at $1.96 a pound. Golly, why? So I'm looking on my phone, and I have my laptop set up. I stream from my phone. Armando, I can't see your comment. I don't see your comment here. So sometimes, maybe you guys, some of your comments, if I don't respond to you guys, maybe I don't see them. I'm glad I have my laptop up here because, Armando, I see your comment in the chat, but I don't, like I said, I don't see it on my phone. But he says he brought 6 USDA prime briskets at $1.96 a pound. You trying to sell me some brisket? I mean, you trying to send me some brisket? Because I know briskets to me are like almost twice that much. They're definitely over $3, like over $3.50 a pound. All right. So Alton says down here everybody serves prime. I think there's maybe some choice snuck in here and there just because of the grading. You're right. Person cooked the F out of it. Brisket. Yep. Exactly. Tony says 3 other channels he watched says choice brisket is the way to go. I agree. I don't see in a brisket, to me, the whole point, just like Preston said, because you're cooking the hell out of it, it doesn't, like, you might as well get the worst cut you can and just cook it for a little longer and make it tender and save a couple dollars and make that money on the tail end when you sell it, to me. Armando says only USA choice they sell here is completely trimmed and it's $4 a pound and small. Woo. Well, there's a difference between select and choice, though, Alton. Like, I usually don't go select, and one of the things too is it might be where you got it from. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but I always get choice briskets. Choice are the ones I get from the Restaurant Depot. Tony says $6 a pound for him in Michigan. All right, so Brian says he didn't use anything but Old Bay. Added a tiny bit of chili powder, and it seemed to cut the celery taste a lot. I think that's what threw it off. Well, keep trying it. Keep experimenting. I tell you, when I did that chicken, I used way too much of it. I usually, or I tend to have to season things heavily or more heavily. And with the Old Bay, that's definitely not the case. It is pungent. Armando says the select gets gray after a short period of time or short while and stiff. Hey man, definitely Swig and Smoke. Thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Well, Kirk, we can talk. Definitely we can talk. D Young says brisket right there is $3.19 in St. Louis. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get this guy. We're not subbing the T-Series. If anything, it's PewDiePie. Though I'm not even subscribed to PewDiePie. C. Rich says 76 in Fort Worth. But you can know, see, the thing about you guys are in Texas, the amount of brisket that gets sold in Texas is so much higher than, like, as far as Tony and he's in Michigan. As far as I'm in Baltimore, I'm in Maryland. So, I mean, it's about $3.50 per pound for brisket out here. Alton says the difference in choice and select is going to be in the fat content, period. Less fat is tougher. By comparison, the restaurants now that are craft barbecue will serve prime briskets because of the title of prime. You can do a prime in the competition. You ain't even going to place. That's all. Oh my God, man. All that Wagyu stuff. Ain't no way I'm spending $150 on a brisket and I need to buy 2 or 3. Excuse me, and I need to buy 2 or 3 of them. My pockets is not the way my pockets are set up from my family of 5. No, man, that just doesn't work out for me. Phew. Yep. Dogfather says restaurants and catering, you can get away with choice and be okay. That's the normal price for prime. Oof. Yep. Kirk, completely agree. Oh, man. Dogfather says, dude, if you buy a Wagyu for $150, you got a deal. Oh, that's just coming off the top of my head, off the grip. Smoking Bear says, exactly why we compete in pork chop comps only. Holy cow. Kirk says a whole packer Wagyu brisket is $215. Good night. There's no way. There's no way. Remember me talking about why I didn't get into competitions, and I talked about how expensive the competitions are? That is the reason. I got kind of sucked in and roped into the steak cooking competition because they're usually about $100. Hey. And that's, you know, I can swing that on a bad week, let's put it that way. On an off pay week. But a couple $100 for it. No. I definitely need some sort of sponsorship. East Coast Tony says $1.76 is normal for whole chicken. No, it's not. I pay 99 cents for my whole chickens. I complain when I have to pay $1.25, $1.15. The Sam's around here, they're 99 cents a pound. Chauncey says, how long do I think it takes to cook a brisket? I've talked about this in the frequently asked question video. I cook briskets until they're done. I don't cook to time, I cook to temperature. Armando, salute to you too. Joey says he wasn't using packer. I guess a whole brisket. Yep. Trimming 4 pounds off it. You're gonna have a place. And pork ribs. Yep. Well, Joey, good luck, man. You'll have to report back and tell us how you do. He says he's gonna go prime for his next couple competitions. Torgy says he was just at the Queens Creek. Torgy, where are you, man? What state are you in? I know you're further out west, but I can't remember. Yep, Eric, Green, Baracho Barbecue, temp and feel for brisket, totally. Chauncey says, how do you book a catering event? Get somebody that wants food, charge them for food, bring them food, and that's pretty much it. Kevin, I've never smoked crabs or shelled seafood. I have, like, there was a time I got some oysters on sale from the Restaurant Depot, and I grilled a few of them, probably about 40 of them. And maybe not been that much, maybe been about 30 of them, but I got a box of 100, and we ate a bunch of them raw one night, and then the next night we ate them again, and my wife found a decent recipe. Armando says, how do you charge for half or whole chicken? So I don't really like doing half chickens. I don't really, to be completely honest with you, I don't like cooking chickens anymore, period. As far as chicken, I'd rather do boneless, skinless breast and cut it up. I'll do chicken wings. I don't do leg quarters just because I don't like them. To me, and I've talked about this, when I'm doing a bigger event, Iowa, I know you were further west. I just couldn't remember. To me, when you're doing a bigger event, you don't want pieces of chicken. The problem is it'll be hard to portion them out. When you do like chicken breast, boneless, skinless thighs, it makes it so much easier because you can cook so much more in the same like real estate in the smoker. and then you just chop everything up, and then you can portion it out way easier than you can with a whole chicken. You figure you have a whole chicken, you have 8 pieces of chicken, and usually most places will do like just half chickens, like the white meat versus dark meat. So that gives you 4 pieces of chicken. And if you have 100 people, are you really cooking 400 pieces of chicken? No, you're not gonna cook 100 chickens. It just doesn't work out. It's far easier um, to do those. So the young riblets in my area are not something that's very popular. Chuck from the Winking Pig Barbecue. All right, all right. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why or how, but my phone just kind of cracked out. Um, so William, most of the time you can find a good Alabama white sauce online. Um, the recipes are out there. Even the recipe for, I'm trying to think what's the name of the spot, but they have that amazing Alabama white sauce. Case of quarters for $9. Sell a platter, quarter slaw, $7. Profit. Kirk, I agree. Profit for me is in the pork and the chicken. I make money, but I lose money on brisket. If you know what I mean. I'm making some, but the amount of profit I'm making on brisket is not the same. Agree. Smoking Bear says absolutely pulled chicken all the way. That way there's no inconsistency in sizes. Sorry, Chuck. I was talking about, someone asked about riblets. He said, any experience with selling pork riblets? And I said, I know you sell rib tips there in Indiana. Gibson's. That's it. Thank you, Alton. It's Gibson's. Stuff I had to put it down. Can't wait for winter to break. Man, Tony, stop threatening me with a good time. Shoo. Borracho barbecue. That's so cute, Eric. Man, no, I didn't get anything cool barbecue related for Valentine's Day. My wife, we did go out afterward, and she treated me to Fogo, so that was awesome. Kirk, I agree, man. Shoot, Kirk, we might have to take a road trip up to go see Tony. I know you probably be down. Let's take your company truck. What do you think? Uh, excuse me. Nice, Joey. That's what's up. Well, I'm using. I think this is one of my wife's bags, lunch bag. So I didn't have to get up and go get my own beer. So technically, yeah. I guess, it's whatever. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button. It greatly helps out these videos. And Brian, that's what's up. I guess Richmond, Indiana, not Richmond, Virginia. No, Torgy, I saw it. I did see. I knew you were further out west. I just couldn't put my finger on what state it was. I didn't want to guess like one of the Dakotas or Indiana, or not Indiana, Idaho. But definitely. Hey, William, how you feeling, man? Hey, Sean, thank you very much. I thought Mo K-Sound was from further down south. Hmm. Y'all talking about high school stuff? I don't know what y'all talking about. Anyway. Jack says if he got a bell to ring, Betty would give him a purse upside the head. Shoot. Double daddy duty. Yeah, I understand. Ah, okay. Alright. I figured. Hey, yo, Brandon, how you doing, man? South Carolina in the house? It's 10 o'clock and I still hear my kids up. Shoot. That's what's up. A couple whole chickens and a turkey. I have some turkeys left over for Thanksgiving that I'm contemplating cooking. I figured, Chuck, you know, Joey, that's you know, she sounds like a keeper, man. That's what's up. Oh man, Brandon, sorry to hear that. Des Moines, Iowa. All right, smoking barrel. All right. All right, so you found whose channel? My channel doing some research on Oklahoma Joe. I don't have one. Y'all want to put together some funds? Give me an Oklahoma Joe smoker. I'd gladly accept. Now I've never cooked with an offset firebox smoker. Acme style. Wait, do you say Acme? I know in Philly, man, they used to say Acme, not Acme, but Acme. Oh man, it was, and there was an Acme up the street. Bessie is not an offset smoker. Bessie is reverse flow. Offset smoker, the flame goes from one side and goes through the smoker to the other. I've told you guys a couple of times that all of my smokers are reverse flow smoker. All of them, with the exception of Priscilla. And I have not put a fire through that smoker in almost 2 years of owning it. Bessie's definitely not an offset smoker. Tracy's not reverse flow, but the heat comes up from the underside. So there's a diverter, which is, again, is still not the heat on one side and the chimney on the other. There is just one chimney on that smoker or grill, but the heat comes from in the center of it. Maybe I need to take it apart and show you guys. Have you seen the intro where the fire pot, you see the fire pot in the middle of the smoker? No, Chuck. The offset to me is not, it has nothing to do with where the firebox is. It is the means in which the firebox is putting the heat and smoke through the smoker. An offset firebox, I won't say technically, but almost every smoker is going to be, yeah, all right, so I'll agree with you there. But because the heat source is underneath and there's a diverter plate, it's not a reverse flow. So we'll push on that one. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Brandon just had a guy approach me yesterday about buying his restaurant here in the city. Does breakfast and lunch from 8 to 2, Monday through Friday, and sales of $200,000 last year. Man, if you can afford to buy a turnkey business, why not? If it works for you. Well, you know, I'm not calling out. You know what? They're not arguing with me. No problem. So Andrew says, okay, an offset smoker to me is a firebox on one side. The heat and smoke travel through the smoker and exit in a directional plane in the, like, with a chimney on one side. The Bessie has a firebox on one side, but the heat and the smoke enter in, they travel under the food, enter in on one side, come back across the food and exit on the same side. The chimney is on the same side as where the firebox is. That is a reverse flow smoker. In Vicky, the firebox is underneath. The heat and smoke travel in up through the top of the smoker, down through the smoker, and out on the lower. The chimney is on the basically it's in between the first and the second rack, at the bottom of the smoker. So the heat and the smoke reverse flow inside of the smoker. Bernadette is the same way as in Bessie. The heat and the smoke come in one side, travel under the food, come into the smoker, the cook chamber, travel across the cook chamber, and exit out on the other side. No, the offset to me is not necessarily about the location of the fire. It's about the means in which the heat and the smoke travel through the smoker. Almost all grills, almost all smokers are going to have a fire in one place, and it's about the travel of the heat and the smoke to me. Let's see. Fire under meat with a deflector. That is indirect. Smoking bears, definitely. What's a turkey chop? Tom, man, turkey chops are like a turkey breast that's sliced into chops. Like a pork shoulder chop. Tyler, man, it would be lovely if I could do that. Turn around barbecue. Agreed. They're not all stick burners either, Eric. Man, we can argue that point too. My insulated smokers, they do not breathe well. So they run better on charcoal. Trailer pit. What trailer pit? I haven't seen that one. Man, Joe, I want to work on Priscilla, but now the winter is hit and it's just miserable working in the garage. All right, that's what's up. I see changes. So Tyler has definitely. I noticed that your picture changed, Tyler. And now I see you have Mason Jar Barbecue. I like it, man. I like it. Brandon, I've seen your reverse flow smoker. Bring it out, man. Come on, you can't keep hiding everything. Let's see. I've contemplated doing a meet the smokers type of video and putting it in a specific playlist, because I have a lot of them. Turkey says, would anyone be interested in seeing the difference between offset and reverse flow smoker after that show's live video stream? Are you showing or am I showing? My smokers are all in the garage. My videos? You've watched my videos? I feel like Sally Field. They love me. They like me. They really like me. After she received some award, I just, remember. Gosh, I scratched my face earlier and it's bugging me. I try to. I mean, I don't have an ego, man. I'm a regular guy. I feel like y'all sit and y'all watch me cook, and I'm really just cooking. Oh man, look. Shep Boyardi. All right, so short Torty. I'm about to say my smokers are all tucked away, and it's cold outside, and I don't want to have to get dressed to go outside. Well, I'm not going to tell you I don't know, or you don't know anything, because your experience with something could be a little different than mine. And I try to tell you guys or talk to you guys from my perspective, from my own experience. Um, Someone asked me a question earlier today about using, let's see if I can find a specific comment. He commented on the video. He says he does have a question for me. He said, I found a stick burner type of offset smoker grill, which is 18.5 by 52. He says, I look to be heavy. It looks to be heavy and well built. I don't have a good source of fruit wood always on hand. With charcoal and chunks of wood, you get it to store work. I just don't know if charcoal is enough to heat something like that with just a few chunks. He said he likes it with his Weber, and it goes a pretty long way. So and my reply was, I say try and see what the results you get after cooking a few times. I can't give you a hard answer since I don't have an offset like the one you're describing. I know in the beginning when I was cooking on the drums, I was using chunks from a big box store with charcoal. I think I need to edit this, and I was able to link, able to. Oh, I was using chunks from a big box store until I was able to link up with the guy that brings me wood now. And, yeah. Anyway. D Young says, how often do I do catering gigs? Whenever people call, man. There's not the it ebbs and flows. There are some months when I can have a catering job every single weekend, like on a Saturday or Sunday, every single weekend. There's some months when I might be busy and I'll have a catering job on Saturday and on-site grilling on Saturday and a catering job on Sunday. There's no rhyme or reason. I don't have enough business, or I'm not busy enough to the point now where I can say, oh, I'm busy 13 weeks out of 14 weeks. No, not yet. Like right now, things have kind of slowed down, which is good though, because I can do things with my family. Like this weekend coming up, my sister-in-law, they're having a birthday party for us, so we're going to be traveling to go see my sister-in-law, and my wife and her family is all getting together to celebrate my sister-in-law's 45th birthday. If I were cooking every single weekend, I would be losing out, and I have lost out on a lot of opportunities. You guys see, I've been filming my son's basketball games recently. Some of you guys who are watching those, I've been posting them for him. Excuse me, so he can share them with it. Well, not him, them, so they can share them with their team, so they can see what they're doing right, doing wrong. But if I was cooking every single weekend right now, I would be missing out. Baseball season, I do miss out on some stuff because it's in the middle of the summer. But I mean, I'm not busy every single weekend by any means. Can I be busier? Could I be busier? Yes. Do I want to be busier? I'm gonna kind of say probably not. I want to still be able to do some of the family things too. Nick Omen, how much for 12,000 hold on my state? I need to get the restaurant popping on. Nick, I don't know, because I have never priced out a restaurant space, and one of the things for where I live, it's different if were to look at a space in Baltimore City versus looking at a space in Baltimore County, which I'm pretty close to the line of both. Um, so it's different. I'm not sure. So Alton, is he different better off camera or different worse off camera? Yo, Kurt, you're absolutely right. But you guys have seen me cook in the snow and trudge to the garages in the snow. William, I've definitely had fuzzies to clean out too from time to time, and it happens. There are times where I will, like, if I'm in a rush and I have to get stuff done, I will come out of the garage and I'll go back in the garage, 2 days later, and I'm like, whoa. start up the fire and kill some of the germs. Like I'll get it really good hot and fast, or really hot, to help clean some of those things out, and just spray it down, man. Dogfather says he always starts with a better charcoal and it's offset. Yep, truck and trailer looking for at about 80 grand to get going. Oh my gosh. Plus the commissary to work out. Oof. Joe, you might need to build a bigger fire if you're saying that the charcoal doesn't feed enough flame for your large smoker. I have not had any problems with using charcoal, even in Bessie. I did a proof of concept video years ago where I made a charcoal basket and used it. One of the things with charcoal is it'll burn a little differently than wood. So, yep. Kirk says he uses charcoal for heat and wood for smoke. Nice. Bumpy, man, how you doing? Yeah, boy. Okay. Alton, man, look, I'm the same person. Kirk has met me. Kirk, tell him. Tom has met me. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else in the chat room who has met me, or I won't say. Those are people I know who have met me. I'm the same person offline as I am online. D Young, you're absolutely right. I can neither confirm nor deny. Well, Phil, that's what's up, man. Thank you. I I cook for my kids, man. A lot of these videos, when I don't have events to go to or on-site cooks to do, I'm still trying to put some content out there for you guys to watch, so you guys get to see what I'm cooking for dinner. Lou, just get it going really hot. Like, make sure you do not put your water plate or your water pan in the smoker. Just get it good and hot, and clean it out. That's it. He wanted 30. He wanted about 35,000 for that truck. Tom says, I'm the same guy. I laugh and joke, and I'm same dude, man. Joey says he uses a lot of pecan. Great flavor, but bad fuel. I guess it burns a little bit hot and fast. Keep the smoke cold and finish in the oven. All right. William, man, you guys know I don't have a problem finishing stuff. Torky says he'll do a live feed after Dash is done and show the difference between the two smokers, offset and reverse flow. Thank you, Torky. Torky's jumping right back into the YouTube game, YouTube space, trying to catch industrial type flow, maximize the smoke flavor while minimizing time. George, shout out, man. How's Texas treating you? There's a lot of you guys from Texas in here tonight. That's what's up, though. I gotta get back down there. Eric, that's not your secret, man. It's my secret. Don't tell anybody that I finished stuff in the oven. I mean, and it depends. So, one of the cooks I did recently, I talked about the fact that I did not finish an oven, and I finished everything in Bessie, and that was because I just had too much food. If I have more than 1 or 2 things that I have to finish, then they're going to be finished in whatever smoker it is that I'm using. That's it, Lou. Get the temperature up to help, fire and heat is going to purify everything, if you will. But at the same time, you're going to want to you're going to steam clean it. That's what I do. You guys have seen me do that, and that is the exact reason. I don't want any residual germs or gunk. You know, these smokers get dirty, man. I don't want any gunk stuck in the smoker that's going to impart any flavor from my last cook onto my next cook. Austin is definitely in the house. Joey says he uses red oak and pecan for his ribs and brisket. Somebody, who was it? Somebody asked me earlier about oak, different types of oak. Oh, somebody named Nikki John. Bumpy, yes, we talked about it in the beginning. Basically, my take on it is about when it comes to working with friends and family, you kind of have to know who you're working with. Usually, after the first time you work with someone or have them helping you out, a couple guys said that they can work with their family, they can't work with their family. It kind of all depends on who you have working with you, and it probably would depend on you as well. A lot of times, you know how sometimes you have people who just say they can't work with anyone, and everyone else is always the problem. But usually, whenever multiple people have a problem, the problem is usually you. So I was talking about experiences when I had one of my cousins help me out. She definitely helped me out a few times, and we worked together well. I talked about that big catering event I had when I had it was cooking for 300 some odd people, and I had one of my car friends help me out, and then one of my car friends' girlfriend, one of her friends, and then a friend of our family also helped me out, and it was fine for me. I also talked about how my son, my middle son, helped me out in a at a car event, and again, it was great. He was great. He was very helpful. But you kind of have to know the work ethic of the people that you're hiring. Chuck made a good point, and he's like, basically, I pay my folks well, and they are expected to do a job, and that's pretty much it. I said that to me, paying somebody isn't always the end all be all. The person has to want to work for what it is they're working for. This is what it is really matter where it goes to oven. Yep, Lou, exactly. That is my not mantra, but I preach that. Hey, drink it with me, not for me. All right, cheers. William, that's easy. Lou, I've talked about cleaning my smokers. I've talked about it on the live stream before. Um, I treat my smokers and I clean out the smokers like I would deglaze a iron skillet. So Brian, I think oak is oak. That was what I told the person who asked me about wood earlier. I think it doesn't matter the specific species of oak. Like there's post oak and red oak and white oak, and there's a lot of different species of oak. But I think it's gonna burn almost the same. Eric, man, electric is not the devil. There are times when electric is the like on a lot of food trucks in this particular area as far as doing barbecue, they do not want you to have an open flame. Excuse me. So what I'm most likely going to end up having to do is use a pellet cooker. Torgy, yeah, right. The residual gunk is what gives everything flavor. No problem, Bumpy. Cleaning smokers, a lot of views, good topic. Yep. Well, it is definitely a good topic. Let's see. Eric's barbecue and more. Let's see, go to channel. I will look up that video. Hey Eric, I see that you liked my video. Hey look, he liked Dogfather's video too. Man, you liking a bunch of my videos. I like it. Let's see here. Videos. Work. Where is it? Let's go. Yeah, all videos. Sort by. Let's sort by most popular since you said it has a lot of views. And what's it called? Oh, nope, I see it. He says how I clean out my old country Picos smoker.
Good morning,
Labor Day weekend. All right, that's about May. I got you. All right, so only one drink since man, you can't only have one shirt. This is I'm on number 4 right now. William, I did not know that. So thank you. Eric, man. St. Patrick's Day in Ocean City is gonna start bombing. No problem, man. I like to you know, it's nothing like I try to watch some of you guys' videos. I do. Some of you guys' stuff, you know, like the different pet peeves I have. I try to call you out on them if at all possible. But there are definite things. But yeah, I'm gonna try to watch that a little later. Brian, man, you gotta come on. You gotta build up your tolerance, man. Dry 85. Where are they in Ocean City? Kurt. You hear my cat snoring? She's sitting on a chair across the table from me, and I hear her snoring. Yeah, I never, since all of my wood is so mixed in together, only time I really find or have a big difference as far as like flavor or smell, and usually I can tell a different wood by the smell, like the smoke just smells different. Excuse me, is mulberry. I'm not that big of a fan of mulberry. Like it burns weird compared to oak, and when I say weird, it's just different. So weird might not be the right term. All right, Kirk, I will definitely keep that in mind. But I'm sure next time I come down to Ocean City, we will link up and we will talk. And I'm sure you'll take me. We'll have a good time. I just, like, I don't know if it just didn't burn clean. Like, I don't know. It was weird. Like, and you can tell it's mulberry because it has like a yellowish greenish tint. And I don't know if it's cotton candy. But yes, Kurt, we will drink. I don't know about cotton candy flavor, but it's something different, man. It's different. So Tom, I have thought about it. The problem though is, and I know someone that is doing meal prep. If you guys remember, when I did that, I welded that charcoal box for one of the subscribers, one of you guys. He lives down in North Carolina, but he is from Baltimore, but moved down to North Carolina. I welded up a firebox for him. He does meal prep. And most of the time, you know, as far as he does like he's done salmon recently, he does chicken, you know, obviously pretty high in protein. I don't think he does much pork, but I know for sure he's done chicken meal prep and things like that. There's a lot involved with meal prep, man. I don't even like meal prepping for myself. So meal prepping for somebody else, I don't know. If you want to say, okay, hey, give me X number of pounds of meat, I got you. I just don't want to cook all of the extra sides. Everybody's rather particular. So, da, 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 da. Kirk agreed. William, I tell you what, mulberry, it I tell you, I feel like it just didn't burn clean. But I don't know whether or not because I had a lot of oak in the smoker and the mulberry needed to burn a little hotter, it burned dirty because it wasn't getting enough air. But like almost every time I used mulberry, and I could tell when I had mulberry, it just burned dirty. Um, yeah. Yeah, maybe that was it, Brian. Maybe the mulberry was too green. Wow. 5,000 meals a week. Goodness. Where do you live, Tom? Yep. James, I completely agree. It blackened everything. And usually, whenever you get real dark cook, like color, and less of a mahogany, it's because your fire is burning dirty. Man, that stuff. And I really don't know if it just. And you know, it's one of those things where it's hindsight, man. While the cook is happening, I'm like, man, shoot, this stuff is. One of the times that I cooked the Thanksgiving turkeys, my turkeys turned out dark, real dark. A couple of them turned out real dark. I talked about this on a live stream once, many moons ago. Uh, it wasn't brown; it was black. It was dark, like charcoaly color. It wasn't mahogany. It wasn't like the table. Like it wasn't like this. It was dark. It was blackened almost. But I told you guys, and this was many moons ago. I probably talked about this about how a girl ordered turkeys for Thanksgiving, and when her grandmother saw the turkey, she basically said the turkey was burnt, and she didn't want to eat the turkey, so she sent her, I don't know if it was her son or somebody else, to go get a turkey from the market, and this lady went and cooked this turkey, and she cooked it so hot and fast, and the two turkeys that this girl got from me they looked dark, but they were fine. They were phenomenal. Um, yes, Eric, exactly. Say no to white smoke, but it wasn't white smoke. It just it just burned dirty. But anyway, moral of the story is the turkeys looked dark. Okay, they weren't burnt. They were very well smoked, very well flavored, and she got a lot of compliments on the turkeys to the point where the grandmother who cooked this turkey in the oven, her turkey was dried out and it was just nasty. Started taking, oh, excuse me, there it is. All right, started taking credit for ordering the turkeys that this girl ordered from me because they were so good and every folks were raving about it. So you can't judge a smoked turkey by its color, basically. Yes, William, agreed. Blue smoke is where it is at. Yes. Jay, what's good, man? Oh boy. Andrew, I love you, man. Definitely I do. Um, it is the 20th, though, bruh. It is the 20th. I cooked a few bacon wrapped pork loins with the mulberry, and he wondered why the bacon kept turning black. That's it, man. Bad Bill, man. Where you? Bad Bill. I feel like Bad Bill hasn't been around in a while. I don't know what it is about Mulberry. I whenever I have mulberry, whenever I see that I have mulberry, I try to limit putting sticks of mulberry in, but only one at a time. Um, only one at a time. Man, y'all giving me grief about LS swapping. Where's Caden at? Caden is usually the one that comes in here later in the live stream and gives me grief about my Ford. Southern California, just know that she made $5,000 pre-cooked healthy meals. Jeez, Tom. Gosh, man, there are a lot of folks in this area that are trying to do meal prep, but Baltimore is definitely not as healthy of a place as the folks are in California. So one of the things that I say, and I've said it before, you have to know your audience. You have to know it's whatever your market will bear. All right, Andrew, that's what's up. I'm telling you, man, you don't even need to do footage. Just put together something with a nice title, and it says the reinvention. All right. Hey, man, Halloween 810. That's what's up. So 33 of you guys on the live stream. If you haven't already, please drop back and like the video. Thanks, William. I appreciate that. Brandon says Chevy dealerships giving away a dog for every Chevy bought. That way you have someone to walk home with. Hey, Jay, man. I know, dude. I'm feeling the growing pains. I'm with you there with the new or with putting out some videos on YouTube. Don't give up. Definitely keep at it. Keep trying. Have you guys seen some of my original videos that I put up? Gosh. Huh. All right, Jay, I'm looking forward to it. Nick. Business is business. I could always be doing better. Mod to Flame. No. Mod to Fame. No, I have not checked that out. Yeah, but William Caden said that one about the Ford, why Ford dealerships give out dogs. Andrew, how you feeling, man? Andrew, I don't know if you saw, but the April Fool's cruise, yeah, Louise asked me to cook, so I'll be down there. So I'll definitely be needing some assistance filming wise. So yeah. Oh boy. Alton says we still talking reverse flow and offset. I don't know, man. I want to see. I would love to see your trailer. Golly, man, that's like a life goal. Yes, Brian. Good, Andrew. That's good. I don't know if you, like I said, I don't know if you saw the flyer or whatever he posted about it, but he did. HIBT Weekender. No, HBT. Come on, man, with these abbreviations. Let's see. HBT Smokers. All right, I'll look that up a little later. I did already. Dog father, man. That's why I keep the laptop right here so I can do that. We have some legit food. Yes. Oh boy, William. I don't know if I want to ask that question out loud. Down plate pits, fat 60. Oh, all right. So what's crazy is Alton is one. I don't know how that worked out, but when I did a search for HBT Weekender, so that makes me believe Alton. Hold on, let me just check here. Do you have tags that say, "What's up, dog pound"? Let's see here. No, but it does look like you have. No. Yes, you do have the link to the HBT Weekender. But the page is not found. There's an error message there, so you might want to check your links. The tow rope. Brandon, I've never used a pit barrel smoker only because most of the drums that I have are bigger than pit barrel smokers. I have a versatile smoker that's a pull behind, offset smoker, and a gateway drum smoker. They all have their, oh man, all smokers have their pros and cons. Hey Joey, thank you so very much for hanging out. HBT makes big boy smokers. All right, that's what's up. So Alton, let me just say I am impressed at the fact that you have put that link in your video, and it's coming up when you search for HBT smokers. Where's HBT smokers made? It is where's Brandon? Brandon, you still here? Do you make these smokers? Brandon told me that he works on a specific type of smoker. Yeah. What's the difference? Oh man, Jeanette. Oh man, good to see you. Well, good to hear from you. I'm glad that you were able to make it. So, all right, bad builds. I talked about this earlier. So when you try to set up a live stream, you have to take a picture. So the whole thing was, was I driving, or I was just about to leave work, and I was taking the picture, and the whole thing was, I was like, come on, hurry up, working with family, but the whole thing was, I had a picture that was on my phone, actually, from my boy Andrew, who is in the live stream, Mac Boy, what is it? Crap. Mac Boy 212. So I went out and I found a picture, or I found the video he did when I was working with my cousin, and I took a snapshot of it, but I guess the picture is, I don't have a white sauce recipe. Holy cow. What? Joe, that is awesome. Thank you so very much for donating to the live, to the chat, the super chat, dude. I appreciate that. Shit. Let me dig in the bag here. Cheers, my friend. Thank you so very much. But the whole thing was, my buddy Andrew put together a video of me at a car event a few years ago, and this is number 5. George, but so he put together a video a few years ago of my cousin, the cousin I told you that she and I worked together a couple times, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I found the video, took a snapshot, but the picture that I chose, it didn't get uploaded, so that's why I have the me mug in the picture. Like I said, I just took the picture to take the picture, and I man, I can't have 8 beers. I still have to get up in the morning. Though, tomorrow morning I get to sleep in a little bit. But, yeah. Dude, Joe, thank you so very much, man. I'm greatly appreciative. Brandon said, "What do you call a Chevy on top of a hill? A miracle." Brandon, do you work on HBT smokers? I know you told me. Okay, Greenville, Alabama. Now he's in South Carolina, so that's not them. Run up a double. I know. Oh man, William, I have owned 3 Volkswagens in my life, and I am happy to say that actually all 3 of them have been TDIs. So the reliability aspect has been a lot higher. Hey, George, thank you so very much for hanging out, man. Well, Brian, you probably do great maintenance. Jeanette, I'm just on the Miller Lite tonight. It's a slow night. I'll try to make it to the 2-hour mark. Let's put it that way. Jeanette follows me on Instagram apparently because she knows about the brisket. I was not a fan of that brisket. Wait, which brisket are you talking about? The one that I took to my aunt or the one that I did on the Traeger? Yeah. Okay. Shoot, George. George has a Chevy Avalanche or a Cadillac. Which one was it? Hey, man. Thank you very much for hanging out. All right, George. Well, I'm glad you were able to make it. Okay, Jeanette. I am a diabetic, and I've talked about that in the past, and I'm not supposed to be having beer. So, in order for me to be able to drink as many beers as I do, I drink light beer. Yeah, I'm a breakfast fan. Hell yeah. Brisket hash. No, I have not, though I do have a whole brisket upstairs in the refrigerator. Nice. That's what's up. Oh, no, that looks like a pretty dope little setup here. Like I said, I still have the page up, so I'll check them out. So keep them I have put smokers or grills up on my trailer. Yeah, Jeanette, see, my problem is I can't just be limited to once a week. George, nothing much, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. It's winter time, so brisket hash. Yeah. Jeanette, so I rather drink a light beer and be able to drink more of it than just drink once a week. But there are times when I don't and I do have full on or regular, but I found that the light beer doesn't really affect me too much. You know what I mean? I don't do white sauce, man. William, you keep asking about the white sauce. I don't do white sauce. George, the van is doing fine. If you haven't or don't know, I did a trip out to Ohio and back. It ended up being almost 750 miles and 0 hiccups. Tom, my Instagram is Steel, STEEL, Drum, DRUM, Smokers, SMOKERS. Steel Drum Smokers. Excuse me. Hey, Danny. Hopefully everything is good with you, man. Thank you very much for hanging out. You have a great evening as well. I don't like Bud Light. Let's see. Let me look at the can. Guess what? It works for me. Tyler, man. Shoot. I get my stuff together one beer at a time or one liquor at a time. Lou, be easy, man. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. Brandon, I know what your Instagram is because, you know, I do follow you on Instagram. Tyler's root beer moonshine is definitely legit. Definitely. Sure enough. I need a new project on a trailer. Oh man, trust me. I have already been contemplating what the next project is going to be. To be completely honest with you guys, I think the next project is going to be a drum cut in half, made into a grill, but I'm going to put it on like a garden cart type of wheels so I can roll it around a lot easier than the grill that I currently have. It's just a pain. Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually had white barbecue sauce either, but it's mayonnaise based, so you can kind of jump to conclusions. I won't make assumptions, but you can jump to conclusions about it. So Tyler says, what other camera equipment do I have? I have a couple tripods, and I guess let's show you guys. So I bought this tripod years ago. This is Amazon Basics. Basically is what it is boiled down to now. I mean, it says DOLICA and it says ST300. I bought this tripod off of Amazon for like 25 bucks years ago. I also have this light is what you guys, so let me just turn this around. So you see how bright this is? This is what, man, maybe I need to set up a light, but wow, it's bright. No problem, George, man, I appreciate it. So this is this little LED panel was like $25, maybe $30 at the absolute most, but you have to get the batteries. The batteries come separate from what I understand, and this battery is a common, I'm trying to make sure I didn't put a nick in the table. This battery is a common Sony camera battery, and it'll take the camera battery, or it'll take AA batteries. And then what I ended up doing was getting this little bar. I don't know what this is called, but I put it on here, and on the bottom, this little bar has 1/4-20 screws, so I can take my tripod and I can put this here. So basically, usually what ends up happening, and I'm going to hold this, my camera sits here, and it's looking this way, and then I turn the light on, and then I kind of just focus the tripod wherever I need it. But I told you guys I had to send my camera in for service. Horseradish. I don't think there's horseradish in the white sauce. I think it's mayonnaise and vinegar. Basically, Jack, well, wait a minute. What do you know about mugshot time, Jack? Let's flip the script. I don't know anything about mugshot time. can't get the... There we go. I need to put something on this battery to make it easier to get in and out. It's a pain. I usually, when I put the batteries in there, I use my knife and I flip it and I kind of just press it in there so that it gets on there fine. But this camera is pretty cool because it has a little indicator to show you the battery life. And as you can see, the battery is dying. So I need to take it out and switch it. This also, it has a, like, oh, is this considered a filter? But let's see. Oh, duh, I took the battery out and I'm trying to turn it on. Anyway. Yep, that's exactly it. So when I was looking for these, when I was looking for this light, one of the things that I really liked about it was that it used such a common battery. So that in case I were ever to, in case I were ever to step up to something like, this thing is very, very bright. Very bright. And if I took out the filter, it just, or diffuser, I guess this would be considered, it's awesome. For 20 bucks, I actually plan on getting 1 or 2 more of them so that I can kind of set them up in a permanent position when I'm outside on my grill. Obviously, during the summertime, it's not that bad, but right now, when it's getting dark at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening, this light is very, very helpful. Very helpful. Jack is funny. He said his wife beat him up, so he bailed her out. But the auto quality stinks most of the time, as long as you don't use waterproof case. Tyler, I agree. But if you check the link in the description, and I'm probably going to be updating it soon because I plan on trying to get a new camera. I want to show you, but I can't show you because my camera is gone now. But the Sony, if you look in the link in the description, the Sony camera that I have is a CyberShot camera. It is a point and shoot pocket camera, and it gets the job done. There has a flip up screen, and it was about $400. I paid $448 for the camera I have, but they have a lesser version, or it's like the one that I have is the 90 something. They have an 80 something version, and don't quote me on like serial numbers or I don't know, part numbers or what have you. But that one was about $350, almost $400. But when I used it, I made enough money when I was down in Ocean City, and I decided to upgrade to the next camera. But they have a newer version of the camera out now. It's actually the same footprint. It uses the same batteries, but it'll shoot 4K. I don't need 4K, but it'll also shoot 1080p at 120 frames per second, which means that the slow motion is going to be crisp. It won't get like that bokeh, that focus in the front and that blowout focus in the front and that blowout in the back. It won't do that because it doesn't have that type of lens on it. But for what I'm doing, I mean, obviously you guys see that the videos are pretty quality. And the audio is coming directly from the onboard microphones on the camera, which is a gift and a curse. Those cameras, like the camera that you could get, a Sony camera that you can get that'll have an external mic, so you can put a directional mic on something, is going to be probably, unless you get an older version, an older generation camera, you're probably looking at $750 to $1,000 easy. I don't have that kind of ducats to be spending on a camera. I'm way too hard on my equipment, so I know sub $500 is where I like to play. Yeah, Jeanette, do it. It's not, I guess I could probably tape a piece of ribbon to the battery, but the problem is, like, the underside, there's holes and divots in there, so it's not I don't know. Tom, trust me, I was probably going to put a piece of tape on the back side to help me pull it out. But it's not necessarily the pulling it out that's the problem. It's pushing it once, because it slides in here. Now the whole thing is I'm being lazy, because what I can do is take this out, and then it'll make it much easier for me to put it in place and take the battery out. Okay, so here's the back of it, and this slides this way and it goes this way. Like, it's just a pain. So like I said, usually I slip my knife in here and I just kind of wedge it into place. But you see, where's the button? So I'm at 2 little lights there. But I do keep one of these batteries on the charger. And these, I mean, usually I get 2 or 3 videos out of these, and I can have this light on for 15, 20 minutes at a time. Yeah. They're double A's, yep. And there's if you guys saw, I think there's 6 double A batteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 double A batteries. But the thing lasts. I mean, it lasts just fine with the battery that it came with. And again, I'm just being lazy and I don't want to take that panel off. All right, Jay, I'll be watching. Yes, Dogfather, I have watched diners, drive-ins, and dives. I haven't watched much. I don't watch a lot of TV as of late. I watch more YouTube than anything. Bumpy. There's somebody, this guy lives in New Jersey. He got one of those smokers recently. He didn't do any videos or anything with it, but I remember he was talking to me a lot before he got that smoker. Yeah. Nice. That's what's up. I might actually have to watch it. Like I said, I don't. I just don't watch a whole bunch of TV. I need to get a window open up so I can get to the comments. Somebody just commented. Eric, you still here? Eric Moreno, you still here or what? I'm just reading your comment here. Let's see. Guy Fieri. Man, I love you guys' comments. Thank you so very much, man. I really do appreciate you guys commenting. So I put up a video, and I didn't talk about this on a live stream. I kind of thought I would. And so you guys know that I try to put up videos Tuesdays, Thursdays. Every now and again, I try to put up a video on a Saturday. If I have a short video or like something non-barbecue related, if you guys have noticed, like when I do car stuff, a lot of times those videos go up on Saturdays, just because it's not the typical content. And it's a stretch. So when I went to Pittsburgh and Canton, Ohio was the final destination, I ended up with about 45 minutes worth of footage. And I told myself, I'm like, you know, I'm not going to drag this out over like 2 weeks. I want you guys to be able to see it, but I didn't want to inundate you guys with I think it was 42 minutes, a 43-minute video in whole. Now, those of you guys who are on the live stream, would you guys want to see the full video? And by the time, you know, again, I stretched it out because I was going to post Tuesday, so yesterday, a video today, and a video tomorrow, and then continue on with my regular schedule, right? But the problem was when I realized that my camera had a speck. It was like a speck of debris or dirt inside of the camera. I reached out to the warranty company and they're like, hey, send the camera back. Well, daggone. So I have, okay, Preston, I'll do that. Once all 3 of them are out, though, I'll probably post the unlisted video. And I'll put it in all 3. Like, hey, if you want to see the full thing, check this link. Maybe I'll do that. Preston, thank you. But the whole thing was, so they're like, hey, send it in, and it'll take about two weeks for us to fix it. Well, dang. So I'm glad that I had those 3 videos, because those 3 videos are going to hold me over. And all told, I have those 3 videos, 2 more cooking videos, and then 2 little short videos that are just kind of like a tip and tricks type thing. So technically, I could go without filming anything new for 6 weeks. This is one of those things where it's really good to film ahead of time and stack. So like when I went away on that cruise, I had a video for you guys every single day, and that was kind of like my gift to you guys because I was away. So I had a video for you guys every day. But I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what was going on with the camera and why, or you know, what exactly happened. And like the first video I actually have edited and I haven't uploaded it yet. Hey Jeanette, thank you very much. All right, Preston, do that. You know, Preston, I'm following you on Instagram, I believe. So, you know, just tagging me so I see it, because Instagram is funny. William, hit me up. If you hit me up on Instagram, usually I can give you some secrets, man. We can talk, but just not in a public forum. Jay, that's what's up. What the whole thing is, having content that I can stretch out and take my time with makes for great videos for me to be able to you know, in the event of something happening. And I try to always have a video or an idea of something that I can do, even if it's taking an old video and re-editing it, or pulling out a piece of content, or just like a snippet from that specific video or from a specific video. I've actually thought about doing like a Saturday short tip type thing. But that would involve me going back and watching a lot of my videos, and oh my gosh, man, I cringe a lot of times watching old videos. PJ and Dino PJ, heck yeah, man. Preston, get your boys ready. PJ and Dino PJ. Is it, again, I don't remember if it was Dino or Dino. But Preston Jr. and Dino Preston Jr. Hey, I have no problem shouting you guys out. Thank you so much, so very much. Hold on. High five, fellas. Come on, get close. All right, Dino. Yeah. Kirk says, what up, PJs? Well, you got the P, then you got the PJ, and the Dino or Dino PJ. All right? Dynamite PJ. That's what's up. Let's get it. William, that is so what's up, man. He said, that's my youngest fan. Dope. That is awesome. I know I say it, and you know, one of the things, I'm kind of wide awake because I took that nap. Hey Brian, thank you very much for hanging out. Hope to see you in the comments. There's a new video out tomorrow. It's going to be part 2 of my trip out to Ohio and, well, Pittsburgh. And then I'm at my, hold on. Preston, peace, man. So this is all the notifications that I have turned off and silenced while we're doing, while I'm doing a live stream. At 11:15, they go live. So that kind of tells me that I need to go ahead and get off the phone. But thank you guys so very much again. I really do appreciate you hanging out, you know, chilling. That's my phone all day long. So just think about it. All those bops and beeps were 2 hours. 2 hours of me muting the notifications on my phone from 9 p.m. to 11:15. Usually live streams are done by 11:15, but that's the thing. Hey Jay, you too have a great one. Thank you so very much again for hanging out, man. I'm looking forward to seeing more from you on the YouTubes. Halloween 810, and I'm sorry I don't remember your name, man, but what is your name? Tyler, Deuces, Deuces, Torgy, yeah, I wanna, Torgy, do you know how to, let's see, let's open up a new channel, YouTube, let's go to Torgy's, actually, you know what's crazy, Torgy? Let's see here, YouTube, Chris. You're probably gonna have to remind me another time or two, Chris, because I'm probably gonna forget, and that's just because I'm pretty bad at names sometimes, better than others. Torgy, Torgy, Torgy's Traveling Barbecue. So let's get out to Torgy's channel. What? Okay, that was 10 months ago. I'm like, wait, what? All right, so I'm on Torgy's channel now because Torgy said he's about to start a live stream. So let's go ahead and everybody, if you haven't already, go ahead and leave my channel, my live stream, and head over to Torgy's because Torgy's getting ready to give us a tour of some of his smokers. So thank you guys so very much, as always, for hanging out. Again, I know it's just like the third time you're saying it. I really do appreciate you guys hanging in there. And all right, Chris, thank you so very much. All right, guys, I am out. I hope to see you guys next week. Check out the videos for tomorrow, and after next Tuesday when the third part goes up, I will put links in the description for a full bye Jack, bye Betty. Thank you guys again, as always, for hanging out. Definitely appreciate it. I'll put out a link with the full video just so you can watch it all together if you want. Bill, thank you for hanging out. Smokehouse Barbecue later. All right, it's late here too, man. It is 11 after 11. I do get to sleep in a little bit tomorrow though. So I'll see you guys. Thanks again.